Attorney General Drew Wrigley laid out a moment-by-moment timeline of what happened leading up to that deadly shooting, a seemingly routine traffic stop turning to something much, much worse in just really a matter of minutes. You can see how quickly this all happened, starting with the initial crash on 25th Street around 2:42 in the afternoon. Fargo firefighters were the first on scene just 6 minutes later, 2:48. Officers Dotis and Haas arrived just 1 minute after that. By 3:03, Officers Robinson and Willeen arrived on scene. They are the backup. Moments later, the suspect who arrived in between begins shooting those officers from his vehicle. A matter of 3 minutes after that, Robinson calls for backup, moves in on the suspect, shoots him, and cuffs him. The whole series of events took only about 20 minutes.
Yeah, and Carly Coswick, the bystander who was shot twice, might have played a crucial role in Officer Robinson's ability to take down the gunman. According to that timeline, the gunman saw Carly run for cover and turn to shoot at her. That took his focus off of Officer Robinson, who was then able to disable the gunman's rifle. Police say that firearm still had 20 rounds available to be fired.
Now, for all we learned, many questions remain unanswered tonight, but keep in mind this mass shooting happened only 1 week ago. Police say the guns were purchased legally since the suspect was not on any watch list, but officials declined to say when, where, and how he accumulated so much. The ATF is still investigating. We've also received tips about where Barakat may have worked in the area recently. We have not been able to confirm those yet. Wrigley says we'll likely know more in coming days and weeks. We also don't know if he had any formal military or firearms training. We do know he practiced his shot. Wrigley said that likely at a gun store or a shooting range. He wouldn't name the location. Again, Wrigley says this is an active investigation, adding we can expect to see the body camera footage, which will be horrific as well. That will be released at some point in the future. Attorney General Wrigley saying Barakat has no real ties within the Fargo community. He was a lone wolf. He urges anyone with information to contact the North Dakota Bureau of Criminal Investigation. That number is on your screen below right now.
Police Chief Dave Zabolski did provide a bit of good news today. Officers Andrew Dotis and Tyler Haas were both able to stand and walk for the first time. The chief is calling everyone at the scene last week courageous and brave.
Zach Robinson, obviously without doubt, courageous, the last man there to prevent war from happening. But all of our officers, Jake Willeen, likely the first person hit. That would seem to me to make a lot of sense based on his fatal injury. He took that bullet that someone else in our community might have otherwise taken. Andrew Dotis, Tyler Haas, took other bullets that other people in our community would have otherwise likely taken. And so I don't want it lost on anyone that all of these folks, including our firefighters who were out there in a very dangerous situation, did the very best they could to keep all of us safe.
There are several ways you can continue to support those officers, including GoFundMe accounts, the newly created Leadership Care Fund, and lend a hand